Hey, how's it going? This is PK, Pastor Kevin, coming at you on Wednesday, October the 6th, 2021. Thank you for being here on this video. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate you so much. You're my VIP. You're awesome. On September 24th, 2021, I made a video titled Atheism is Anti-Science, in which I effectively made the case that believing in the existence of a creator is very simple and is backed by science and logic. A lot of people left comments on that video, and I appreciate all those who left comments and engaged in conversation in the comment section. I would love to respond to each and every comment, each one of you. Unfortunately, that would be a 3-hour video, and this will not be a 3-hour video. This will be a brief video, and I don't want to make it too long. So I'm going to respond to just a few of the comments in the comment section of that video. I want to respond to some of the comments from atheists and skeptics that I see repeated. One thing that someone said is that the Big Bang Theory has no deities involved, so there's no issue for atheists there. That logic of yours is what is not scientific, since all we know is that everything that begins to exist in the universe has a cause, but there is no reason to assume that this counts for the universe itself. Yes, we do. There is a very good reason to assume that the universe has a cause, and that is simple logic. Everything, every single thing that began to exist has a cause. And since the universe had a beginning in the Big Bang, there is reason to assume that the universe itself has a cause. It was Thomas Aquinas who coined the phrase first cause, referring to the creator as the first cause. So it is not true that there is no reason to assume that the universe had a cause. There's a very good reason to assume that the universe had a cause, and that is logic. Simple logic. Everything that began to exist has a cause. Now, moving on. Like I said, I would love to respond to every comment, every person in the comment section, but I can't. That would take too much time. I said in my video, atheism is not supported by science. Someone responded by saying, neither theism nor atheism is supported by science, since the theistic claim is unfalsifiable and therefore unscientific. Now, it is true that theism is unscientific. Theism is not a scientific theory. Theism is a theological belief, not scientific. But I appreciate that person saying that atheism is not supported by science. I mean, he said neither theism nor atheism is supported by science. And I appreciate that, especially saying that atheism is not supported by science, because somebody else in my comment section said that the Big Bang actually justifies atheism. I was referring to the Big Bang, the beginning of the universe, and this person said, this Big Bang apologetic not only fails spectacularly, which it doesn't, it actually justifies atheism. So one person in the comment section said that the Big Bang supports atheism. Somebody else in the comment section said that atheism is not supported by science. So which is it? Confusion there. I would say not. Atheism is not supported by science. I totally agree. Theism is also not supported by science. And in my video, Atheism is Anti-Science, I wasn't making the case that science supports theism. Theism is a belief in a personal God or a deity that exists outside the space-time matter universe that created the universe. Theism is promoted by the three monotheistic religions. And so I'm not saying in my videos that science supports theism. What I was saying in my video is science supports a belief in a creator. You can be a theist and believe in a creator. You can be a deist, D-E-I-S-T. A deist believes that some kind of creator made the universe happen somehow and then is not involved in human affairs. You can be a deist. You can be a theist. You can be a pantheist. You could be a panentheist. All four of those believe in some kind of creator. I mean, inherent in the word pantheist is theist. Even Einstein, who was not a theist or a Christian, he believed in Spinoza's pantheistic God. Very different from the biblical Judeo-Christian God, but still. So I'm not claiming in my videos that science supports theism or any theistic model of a creator. I'm saying that science supports belief in a creator of some kind. So I appreciate the person who says that neither theism nor atheism is not supported by science. Now, reading on, I made the point in my last video that everything that began to exist has a cause. Someone replied by saying, demonstrate anything ever beginning to exist and then point to its cause. Okay, a fertilized egg, an embryo. An embryo began to exist. We all know how reproduction happens. Male, female, you get the point. Your mom and dad. Your mom and dad, in the physical sense, created you. You were created in your mother's womb. Now, of course, my belief as a Christian means that God was there creating your spirit, creating who you are, your unique personality, but you came as a result of your mother and father. A fertilized egg is the obvious example. I mean, there are a lot of things that began to exist. A painting, a book, a car, a building. Of course, all those things require the raw materials to create them. And those materials already exist. But demonstrate anything ever beginning to exist and then point to its cause. Fertilized egg. You in your mother's womb. You began to exist in your mother's womb. That's how it, and you came from your mom and dad. Simple answer. I'm surprised someone would ask that question, quite frankly. Now, moving on, I said in my last video, the universe is actually proof that there was a universe maker. Someone replied by saying, even if we accept this, you need to show it's an intelligent maker. Well, there's intelligence in all the universe. The stars, the planets, the galaxies. I mean, if our planet was a few degrees closer to the sun, we all would disintegrate. We'd burn up and life on Earth would cease to exist. If the Earth was a few degrees away from the sun, we would freeze and life on Earth would cease to exist. We are just right where we need to be. So there is intelligence in all the galaxies and stars and planets. There's intelligence in the human brain. There's intelligence in our body, our organs. Now, there's not perfection. A lot of times when people say, well, show me intelligence to prove an intelligent maker, what they're asking for is perfection. Because invariably in these conversations, somewhere along the way, the atheist or skeptic or humanist will say, well, if a perfect, intelligent creator made the universe and the earth and all of us, why are there birth defects? Why are there some women who cannot conceive? Why is there natural evil, natural disasters? Why is there moral evil? Well, all those things are unfortunate. And I'll get to all those things in a moment. But I'm not saying that the universe is perfect, or that human bodies or brains or anything in this life is perfect. You can demonstrate intelligence without proving perfection. Yes, there is imperfection in the world. That is true. There are lots of defects and imperfections and flaws in the earth, in the human body, everywhere. But that does not mean that there is not intelligence in the universe. There is intelligence in the universe. Science is literally the study of the intelligence that we see in the evidence in the universe. The intelligence of the human brain, how it works, how it processes information, the intelligence of our organs. Nowadays, they're advancing robot technology. You might have seen a commercial, or not a commercial, a news story about the newest robot that can now speak. And we marvel at the creation of these robots. There is intelligent design in robots. There is intelligent design in the human body as well, even more so. So that was easy. It was Sir Isaac Newton who referred to an intelligent agent. He said, "The motions which the planets now have could not spring from any natural cause alone, but were impressed by an intelligent agent," meaning creator. Now, moving on, I'll wrap this up. I said in my last video, the existence of pain or problems is not proof that there is no God. Someone said, true, it just means such a God is evil. And therein lies the real problem that atheists, skeptics, agnostics, humanists have with belief in a creator. Not all of them, but many of them. Because there is evil, natural evil, moral evil, birth defects, etc., they say there can't be a God because why is there evil? Well, the existence of evil is not proof that God is evil. Just like the existence of crime is not proof that police officers are evil. There are police officers. The existence of crime is not proof that there are no police officers or law enforcement officers. The existence of crime and lawlessness is not proof that there is no law. The existence of crime is not proof that police officers are evil or criminals themselves. So the existence of evil is not proof that God is evil. When a mother goes through pain in labor, is the child evil? No. Is the doctor helping her give birth evil? No. She may think her husband is evil. She may scream at her husband while she's in the throes of pain and childbirth. And many good jokes by comedians have been made about giving birth and the mother screaming at the father, but he's not evil. When a coach puts athletes through painful exercises, is the coach evil? No. When a husband or wife argue and fight and put themselves through the pain of a knockout, drag-out argument, is the husband evil? She may think he is. Is the wife evil? He may think she is. No, neither of them are evil. If a married couple fights and a wife and husband cause each other pain and suffering, does that mean marriage is evil? Some may say, but no. The existence of evil is not proof that God is evil. The existence of moral evil is proof that God allows free will. Think about this. God could stop all moral evil. He could stop all lying, thievery, theft, murder, terrorism. Let's say if a man was about to pull out his gun and shoot somebody, God or an angel stopped him. God could do that. God could stop every act of theft and murder and terrorism, and before it happens. God could stop every lie. Who likes being lied to? I don't. Neither do you. Let's say God stopped you right before you told a lie. How would God do that? Punch you, hit you, stop your mouth? No. In order for God to stop every criminal before they committed a criminal act, in order for God to stop every lie, every theft, every murder, every rape, every homicide, every terrorist bombing, God would have to take away free will. Because if the human race discovered that God stopped a person right before they were about to commit rape, murder, theft, the human race would begin to know and learn that God was stopping our behavior. And the human race would begin to learn that there is no free will. You have free will to do good, but you don't have free will to do harm. And God has chosen not to take away free will. You can say, well, that's evil. I don't like that. I get it. I understand pain and suffering. My mom died. My dad died. My dad had a stroke. He lost the ability to speak. He was disabled. He was confined to a wheelchair. He was disabled for 6 years before he died at 91. I have a child who has type 1 diabetes. She takes insulin injections, shots every day. So I understand pain and suffering. I'm an empath. I empathize with anyone who has pain and suffering. But pain, suffering, problems, evil are not proof that God is evil. If you're mad at God or dislike the fact that God or whatever made the universe allows moral evil or allows natural evil, I get that. That's your choice to not believe, but it's not proof that God is evil. Finally, regarding Jesus, I said that Jesus and his life, his ministry, his miracles are proof of a God. I said that many atheists and skeptics believe that there was a Jesus, perhaps, but if there was a Jesus in the Middle East, atheists don't believe in the miracles, the resurrection. I get that. I said in my video, what would they, the first Christians, what would the first Christians have gained by fabricating or manufacturing the miracles and the resurrection? Someone said, the same as those who started every other religion. The first Christians were Jews. The Jews were not looking for a miracle worker. They were looking for a Messiah, a Jewish leader who would be like David or Moses, who would liberate the Jews in the first century from the rule of the Roman Empire. Jesus did not do that. That's why they shouted, "Crucify him, crucify him." They weren't looking for a miracle worker. They weren't looking for somebody who would die and rise again. So the first century Jews and the first Christians who were Jewish, the first century Christians were Jews, they would have had no motive, no incentive, no reason to fabricate stories of miracles of Jesus. If there was a Jesus, which I believe the evidence points to there being a Jesus, there would have been no reason or incentive or motive for them to make up the resurrection story. If Jesus died, the Jews in the first century would have simply moved on to somebody else, some other would-be Messiah, because they weren't looking for a dying and rising Messiah. They were looking for a Messiah who would liberate them from the rule of the Roman Empire in Jerusalem and Palestine. I want to leave you with one more quote regarding the Big Bang. I want to leave you with a quote from Arno Penzias, Penzias. I'm sure I'm butchering his name. I apologize. He's still alive. He is an American physicist, radio astronomer, and Nobel winner in physics. Along with Robert Woodrow Wilson, he discovered the cosmic microwave background radiation, which helped establish the Big Bang theory of cosmology. So Arno Penzias actually helped establish the Big Bang theory. So pretty smart guy, smarter than you and I. This is what he said, and I quote, he said, "The best data that we have concerning the Big Bang are exactly what I would have predicted if I had nothing to go on except the 5 books of Moses, the Psalms, and the Bible as a whole." I'll say it again. The best data that we have concerning the Big Bang theory, which is the most widely accepted scientific theory of the beginning of the universe, he said, the best data that we have regarding the Big Bang are exactly what I would have predicted if I had nothing to go on except the 5 books of Moses, the Psalms, and the Bible as a whole. So Arno Penzias, Nobel laureate physicist, is a Nobel Prize winner in physics. He literally helped create and establish, not by himself, but he helped establish the Big Bang theory, says that the Bible corroborates the Big Bang theory. And that's what I'm saying in these videos. I'm not saying that you have to be a Christian, but look at the life of Jesus as well. Bart Ehrman is an agnostic, atheist, New Testament scholar. He said, with respect to Jesus, we have numerous independent accounts of his life in the sources lying behind the Gospels and the writings of Paul, sources that originated in his native tongue, Aramaic, and that can be dated to within just a year or two of his life before the religion moved to convert pagans in droves. Historical sources like that are pretty astounding for an ancient figure of any kind. The claim that Jesus was simply made up falters on every ground. Bart Ehrman, an agnostic atheist, says that we have numerous independent accounts of the life of Jesus. The Apostle Paul himself was a Jew. He wrote his writings years before the Gospels were written. So the Apostle Paul talked about the resurrection in 1 Corinthians 15. So the evidence points to a creator, and the evidence points to Jesus being a real person who actually performed miracles and actually was resurrected. The first century Christians, the first Christians who were Jews, who promoted the resurrection, would have had no reason, no motive to make up and fabricate the resurrection. They were not getting a salary or a pension or health insurance. They weren't getting a book deal, the talk show circuit with Oprah, none of that. And yet it was the first Christians who were Jews who promoted the resurrection of Jesus. And the resurrection of Jesus further substantiates belief in a creator. Thank you for watching. I encourage you to like this video, if you will, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be here every week sharing more evidence for Christianity, evidence for a creator, and inspirational stories and testimonies that will build your faith. Thank you for watching. Take care.